Hello everyone, I finished socks for Peggy, so I'm going to show you and let you know how I knit them. I finished them yesterday. I came back from work and I wet them and put them to dry, and they're still kind of wet through the night, so I was hoping that I would be packing them and maybe sending them today, but no way, because they're still wet. Anyhow, so Peggy picked a yarn I'm going to tell you in a while, but first things first, I'm going to tell you how I knitted these, so in case you want to replicate them, because it's very easy and very simple. I started with toes and I casted on 24 stitches, so 12 stitches per knitting needle, using long circular knitting needles and using Judie's Magic cast on. Then I was increasing every second round, and I used yarn over increase, so in case you want to check that out over here, because that way you don't have to think at all, is it there or is it not there? It's basically, you know, by the yarn over. So one round you create yarn over, and the other round you just knit that yarn over, and you basically repeat every time, so there's no thinking involved in that at all. The only thing is that you need to make sure that you have a proper number of stitches in both socks, and over here we established 64. So I was knitting 64 and marking for 7-inch heel. Doesn't sound right. I was knitting it until I reached 7-inch to mark for the heel. I think that's more accurate. Then I figured I'll do a few rounds. I'm not sure how many, 8, maybe 10, just to have it plain. And then I was thinking to maybe do a color work, because you know I really like color work, but this yarn is thicker than normal yarn, and second of all, this is, now listen carefully, non-superwash yarn. So hand wash only. And I was thinking, I even took my 52 Weeks of Socks, you know, the magazine, maybe over here as a quick kind of show what this is actually a book has, but it's from Lane magazine. And yeah, and I couldn't find anything. Therefore I thought, let's go with the simplest thing we can do, and I went with 2x2 long ribbing, and I did, I think, standard, I would say, bind off. Basically what I did, I knit if there was a knit stitch, and knit or purl another one, and then knit them together. So that's basically what it was. So let me tell you more about the yarn. I do have leftovers, as you can see, and hopefully I will find the label and tell you all about it, just for reference when you'll be grabbing them in like a while. Lovely. So Peggy picked this yarn from the giveaway. They are run on March 2023, I hope I'm saying it right. Yes. And I have a box and I have yarn in it and maybe some of the goodies, and you can pick what you want me to do with that. So then we have this yarn. So this is the company, and this is 80% merino, 20% nylon. So we do have nylon from perspective of like holding this sock structure, but merino is non-superwash, therefore I would say there'd be tendency to shrink, so maybe 64 was a good idea, even if it might be loose, because it look loose on the sock blocker, although it's still kind of wet. And over here we have 115 gram ball, which is 385 meters, 420 yards. So therefore I have to do like conversion what it is in 100 grams, because I don't have a clue. 345 meters and 365 yards. So 345 meters. Normally 266 is like the thickest fingering, I would say. But I still use US size 1, which is 2.25 millimeter knitting needles, and I really like it. They're kind of soft, they're not squeezed, and I think if I use US size, I don't know, yeah. Although I was thinking that maybe they will be squeezed, that's what I'm saying, using such a small. But the colors are stunning, and Peggy definitely will love that. Isn't it? Beautiful. Yeah, anyway, it has to dry. So let me show you my progress in regards to things that I have on my knitting needles. I finished a sweater. I'm going to try it on my little one and see how it goes. I showed you maybe last time, hopefully, I have that much of the sock for Seb. I'm using a size 1.5, which is 2.5 millimeters, so thicker. However, for the ribbing I switched to US size 1, so that's very unusual for me to do, and I'm playing with it. I need to put the heel for him for 8-inch, and I do like a little shorty for him, so that's that. I haven't started my May socks design. I don't even have a clue. I started another toe because creating a toe is a little bit more engaging, I would say, from perspective of switching needles because it's a magic loop. However, and especially, you know, when you have a little one around, you do not want to do that. And with a 9-inch with her, sometimes I'm able to do some stuff, although she always is interested in what I'm up to, and those little dingling things around, that's something she would really want to play with. But I told you also that I'm going to frog the thing what I started with. We're trying to play with color work, because I didn't know, I wasn't happy with it, and I just frogged it and I started, and this is US size 1, so I will be continue that, and this is 64 stitch. We shall see how it goes. If I manage, maybe that will be for another giveaway in June. We shall see how everything goes. I'm not putting pressure on myself. If the idea pops into my head, it will pop into my head. If not, and I think I'm a little bit, would want the May be very very good and very nice, because that's my little girl a month. So yeah, that's a little bit of pressure, and I presume that's kind of is blocking my flow for designing things for May. But I'm hopefully it will happen, because I'd love to do the whole year. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you in the next one. If you're interested to join the giveaways for each month, I will definitely tell you to go down to the description and become a member. Click that, because this button next to subscribe button is very hard to find on any devices. You will have to be on the PC and watching this channel to see that apparently coming up on the screen to click and check. Therefore, check the links down below, and hopefully that will give you the idea what to do if you're interested to join us. Yay, that's that. Till the next one. Bye.